Good morning all. I'm catching up on the news after a very busy work week for me. Two Dan Andrews stories are standing out. One was him running off to China for his secret meetings, probably under the false promise of great future prosperity for all Victorians, but more likely to be selling us off to the Chinese for their prosperity. Dan Andrews recently made a big show out of being brave and standing up for the trans community. He was proud of flying their flag over government buildings in Melbourne. So I've been to China a couple of times and I cannot remember a single trans flag or even a rainbow flag in my time there. So go on Dan, prove to us that you aren't just playing politics with the local voters. Stick it hard to the Chinese on trans rights. Go Dan. And the other story that I was interested in was the possibility of 1 in 10 Victorian public service workers facing redundancy as part of cost-cutting measures. What a shit show. Most of the VPS would have voted Labour, maybe Greens or another minor left-wing party, and now that vote's going to cost them their job. Not that those who get made redundant are going to care, and I'll tell you why. They're not going to be able to make it targeted redundancies where they could get rid of the most useless staff. No. Pressure from the unions will mean that the first round of redundancies will be voluntary. So anyone close to retirement will probably put their hand up because that means they're going to get a bigger retirement payment. And anyone who is fairly competent in their role and is confident that they can walk into another job tomorrow will take the payout. I've been in this situation myself years ago when I was working at a university. Redundancies had to be made. The union put pressure on the uni and it became voluntary. So of course, the people who put their hand up for the payout were the ones that knew they could easily get another job. So expect to find your public services decline as the last few competent members of staff take the money and leave. The ones remaining will focus more on virtue signalling because it's all they can actually do. We're in for a wild few years. Enjoy it, that's what you voted for.